Hey there, in this video we're going to discuss section 1.3 and I'm going to start with adding and subtracting polynomials, and I'm going to record shorter videos this time so that it doesn't take up too much of your time watching a particular video. So we're going to start with adding and subtracting polynomials. And first of all, what is a polynomial? So an example of a polynomial would be something like, say I give you p1 for the first polynomial, say 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus x minus pi. So these are the terms. So this has 4 terms. So it's a polynomial. And then a term essentially has a coefficient. So for the first term, 5 is the coefficient and x cubed is the variable term. So it has a variable and an exponent. The exponent is called the degree of that term. So this has degree 3. The next term has degree 2 with a coefficient of -2. The next term has degree 1, this is x to the 1. And the last term, this is degree 0 because there is no x. Yeah, essentially there is an x, but what you're seeing is minus pi x to the 0, and as we did in the previous section, section 1.2, anything to the 0 power is 1, so that's why you don't see it, so you just see the minus pi. But the degree, so this is also called a constant term. A constant term has degree 0, and the degree of a polynomial is the highest degree from all the terms. So in this case, p1 will be a third degree polynomial or a cubic. Let's say we have a second polynomial, 4x squared plus 2 pi. This only has two terms, so we can call it a binomial. So binomial is when you only have two terms, monomial, one term, trinomial, three terms, and then after that, polynomial. So say I wanted to do p1 plus p2. So if I want to add these two polynomials, so I'm going to have 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus x minus pi. This is p1 plus p2, which is 4x squared plus 2 pi. So when we add two polynomials, we're essentially looking for what we call like terms. And a like term is essentially determined by the variable and their exponent. So I'm looking at, if I, for example, I want to look at x cubed. So this is a term, so it has a third degree. And when I look at p2, I don't have any third degrees, so my addition of the two polynomials will just be, there's no other term to combine with x cubed, so just remain 5x cubed. But when I move on to the second degree, I have negative 2x squared, so you have to take the sign with you. Negative 2x squared, and I have a 4x squared here. So I can combine these, so minus 2x squared plus 4x squared. And what makes them alike again is the variable term, the variable and the exponent. Once I combine them, I'm going to combine just their coefficients. So minus 2 plus 4 is going to be positive 2. Moving on to the next term is x, so plus x. And I don't see a first degree term here, so we can move on to the next one. So minus pi and plus 2 pi. And so this is the constant term. And so as we progress, so I'm going to have p1 plus p2 then is equal to 5x cubed. And here I'm only going to combine the coefficients, so minus 2 plus 4 is 2. So I'm going to have plus 2x squared plus x. And here, these pi is sort of like a variable, even though it's 3.14, but we consider these also like terms. So this there's a 1 there that we don't see, so minus 1 pi plus 2 pi gives us 1 pi, so just plus pi. And this will be the addition of these polynomials. So let's try another example. Say I wanted to add or subtract, in this case, 4t squared minus 3t plus 5 minus 3 times t cubed minus 2t plus 1. So if you want to try on your own, get that started as you're watching the video. And think about what is the first step you will take. And like with anything, when you do order of operations, the first thing is to get rid of parentheses or do parentheses first. So in this case, looking inside the parentheses, there's nothing to combine. So getting rid of parentheses will mean I need to distribute this 4 to my trinomial that's in there. So I'm going to get 4t squared minus 12t plus 4 times 5 is 20. And then we do the same thing for the second one. So minus, take the negative with you. So minus 3t cubed minus times a minus 2. So that becomes a positive. So plus 6t and minus 3 times a positive 1 is going to be minus 3. And now we have something similar to what we had above. And so I just need to combine like terms. And usually we write them from largest degree to smallest. So I see that I have a square here, but there is a cubic over here. And there are no other cubes, third degrees, so I'm going to put that at the front. So 3t cubed. And also notice that there's no other square, so I'm going to say plus 4t squared. So these didn't have any like terms to combine. But as we go to this degree 1, I have minus 12t and positive 6t. So the t makes them like terms. And so I combine the coefficients. Negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6. So I'm going to have minus 6t. And the last thing is the constant term, the degree 0. I have positive 20 minus 3, so that will be plus 17. So my final answer in proper descending order will be minus 3t cubed my handwriting didn't look the best there. Minus 3t cubed plus 4t squared minus 6t plus 17. And this will be your subtraction of polynomials. So that's how you combine like terms.